What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 72nd episode of the Boundless Business Podcast. As always, it's Justine, Larissa, and your boy Nico here. Team, how are we doing today?
We're thriving.
Yep, thriving.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has something fun in their backgrounds, right? I got a fun light. Justine always has her fun plans. I have a fan, so it's a good day. But Justine, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about why now is the best time to invest in marketing and getting more clients for your artificial turf business. So there's been a lot of growth in the recent years for artificial turf. So we're going to talk about why now everyone should be focusing on growing their business and getting more leads. So our first reason is there's been increasing demand. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, turf, and people probably notice it themselves, right? If you walk around your neighborhood, or at least in my neighborhood, I notice a lot more people are installing turf. I mean, that increased demand is really significant, and it's also because turf has become a lot more accessible, not just to commercial spaces, but to residential spaces as well. Meaning you're having schools, homes, businesses, everyone that's looking for this really low maintenance, durable, and, really nice looking piece of turf, essentially. It helps bring everything together, looks great. And also, it's worth noting the sports industry is really focusing on turf as well, especially because of the durability and the long lasting nature of it. If you have ever played soccer or football or anything that might include cleats, you are probably well aware that turf is a much less torn up alternative to like real natural grass in the sporting field. So, I mean, those are a lot of reasons that people are really flocking to turf. And that's, just increased demand means now is a really great opportunity to get in front of those people who want to buy.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that just going to echo this, there was a huge growth curve during COVID when a lot of people were stuck at home, both DIY and for turf installation businesses just saw exponential growth with this. And it's interesting because you see a lot more United States friendly manufacturers starting to really increase their output for turf. So COVID was interesting because it definitely brought in a lot more like high quality turf, but as well as a huge demand in people installing it. To Larissa's point, like malls have it because instead of having a crew come out in the middle of the day or on the weekends when it's busy, they to mow and really take space away, deter individuals year round. Perfect, right? Same with backyards. If you host a lot, right, you don't want to worry about having to have individuals come and do the yard, or grass being too much, or mosquitoes are just like laying eggs all over the place because of the yard flooding and the bad drainage. So huge growth, and again, let's not miss the elephant in the room, right? There's a huge water problem in many states, and a lot more people are becoming conscious of water use. Supposedly, our lawns take a lot of water that could be used for other resources, or could be used in other mechanisms. So, I mean, higher quality product, much more friendly to the environment long term, and more cost effective if you would factor in everything that actually goes into having a yard, right? Mowing, watering, fertilizing, seeding, reseeding. So many reasons that people are making a switch, and it's kind of the best time now to capitalize on it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, when individuals are looking for turf, the demand is increasing not just because of, COVID and environmental awareness and all these other things, but it really is largely driven by cost. Turf has become much more affordable for the quality of turf that you can get over the last several years. I mean, it's incredible actually the advancements that have been made to not just make the technology better, but also just to bring the long-term cost down. And I mean, a lot of things you mentioned earlier, Nico, that are, of course, environmental concerns are also cost concerns, right? Water's not free. Pesticides aren't free. Having somebody come and work on your yard every week, every other week is also not free. It's not inexpensive to have a lot of these, nicely maintained lawns. And one other point that I think is interesting to consider and really important for turf businesses is you need to keep in mind HOAs as well. So HOAs have very strict requirements of how homes need to look and what
Yeah.
they are and are not allowed to have in their exterior. So turf is a really good alternative for people in those, HOAs, for the HOAs that allow it, because it looks great year round. You're kind of doing your best to avoid any fees that might come with your HOA. Something like 90% of all new homes in the US being built are being built in HOAs. I mean, you'd have to fact check that number, but I know it's insanely high. Um, those are all definitely reasons that it's really important that you really invest in your business right now, because there's all these other things happening in the industry that if you don't capitalize on it now, you're going to miss out on a lot of business.
Yeah, definitely. And our kind of bread and butter here is getting leads through Facebook. So why is Facebook such a useful platform right now for businesses who are looking to grow and looking to get more clients? Like what's working on the platform right now?
Yeah, so Facebook is one of the components of a successful digital strategy, right? So like you're just taking, and we've talked about this in different podcasts, and I recommend you go back into it. There's always passive and active ways of getting new business in, right? In a passive way, Facebook, Nextdoor. Even to a lesser extent, Craigslist in maybe smaller cities, Pinterest, a lot of these visual first brands. Now, Craigslist not so much, but anything where you can post and talk about people that you've served, those platforms do really well. So anyone who's thinking about where do I start posting, Facebook's great, Nextdoor is great, Pinterest is great because it gets eyeballs and the platform gears people to that. Now, on the other side, on the paid acquisition side, you're absolutely right, Justine. Facebook is working amazing, but we've seen increases in leads from places like TikTok, paid media on Nextdoor, and even to like lesser extent, like more hyper localized platforms. Nextdoor is a big one, but every single city and state have a unique set of platforms, whether that's maybe Facebook groups, which is still Facebook, but there's different ways to advertise inside of Facebook groups, in local newsletters. There's so many ways to drive business, and it really just boils down to the fact of like the demand is there, but you have to figure out where the individuals with the demand are digitally, right? Uh, we love Facebook because it's, I mean, we're supposed to stat about this. Like the average American spends 33 minutes on, Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp. Like they're on these platforms that Meta controls. So it's a great place to go. But maybe in your local market, there's a different platform that's bigger and better, right? Maybe there's Discord channels if you're more in like Silicon Valley that people homeowners are on.
Yeah,
So
Reddit is another really good one.
Reddit's amazing for hyper localized ones. Maybe there's community groups or email chains. There's so many places that you can advertise. My biggest thing, because someone might hear, oh, I need to be marketing on Facebook. Maybe, but maybe you should be on a platform that your city, your region, your state is more involved in. So Facebook's amazing. It's scaled. People are on it, but it might not be the best for you, and that's why you got to figure out where's the attention and how can I get in front of that for the cheapest price.
Yeah, and I do just want to note when we mention Facebook, a lot of times we're mentioning specifically Meta, which gives you access to Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, etc., all the platforms under their umbrella.
Cool. Well, this was kind of a shorter episode, but did we miss anything or any other final things you want to talk about and why people should be investing in their business right now?
The biggest thing is it's kind of a gold rush right now. So there are some really big businesses that all of you know are getting bigger by the day because the demand for this product and this service is not going away, right? Both on the wholesale side, the DIY side, and for most people listening here, the installation side. Uh, Now, there are a lot of players, but it's still not saturated enough. And you can come out here with a very specific offer, right? Speed, quality. You can even come in with the education. A lot of people don't really know. They've heard turf, they like how it looks, but they don't know the intricacies. They don't understand how to maintain it. So even from a pure educational standpoint, there's so much opportunity and so few resources that are trusted by consumers that you can easily, within a year or two, be one of the top dogs in your city, your neighborhood, your state, by just investing into taking care of the people that are looking for turf now.
Yeah, and the only thing I'll add to that is if you are a landscaper not offering artificial turf, I greatly encourage you to add that to your product lineup of different things you can do. Oftentimes people will come in and they'll want turf and pavers and lights and they'll want their whole backyard landscaped. So it really is, just another opportunity, a tool you can add to your tool belt and a tool that is growing in value.
Absolutely. So if you guys have any questions, please email me at nico@boundlessmedia.com. We have content all over the place, boundless leads. If you're looking for a partner that can actually help you get more turf estimates every single day, week, month, we're here to serve you. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.